there, what's up? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about eating out as a vegan. I've learned lots of tips and tricks that may be able to help you. I've made lots of mistakes, so I want to be able to share this with you guys, just make it a little bit easier for you. My first tip would be to just research everything. Just make sure that if you're going out to eat somewhere, you research in advance. I like to use a lot of YouTube and Instagram, especially if I'm traveling somewhere, to make sure I find really cool vegan places to eat at. But if you're eating at a non-vegan restaurant, what I like to do is just type the restaurant name in with vegan after in Google, and you're able to find some really cool restaurant options that way, some menu items. When you do your research in advance, it's easier for you to modify menu items when you get there. So I have a lot of non-vegan friends, so I like to be prepared when I go to the restaurant with them that I know what I'm gonna order. I don't want to make veganism look hard at all because it's not, but I like to take those extra steps ahead of time, or at least search something while I'm on the way. That way I kind of have an idea of what I'm gonna order. And then this one takes a little bit of courage, but ask the server if they know of any vegan options. They are super great usually about telling you how to modify certain menu items to make them vegan, because remember, they do this all the time. So you're definitely not the first vegan to walk into that restaurant, so they're able to help you. And I've even had times where there are secret menu items, or the kitchen is willing to make a special dish for you. So always ask, let the server know what's going on and kind of what your dietary options, restrictions, and beliefs are. So now just going into what questions to ask. So you definitely want to ask about dairy and eggs and obviously meat and things like that, but also ask about lard and butter, and maybe if there's a chicken bouillon or beef bouillon or some type of broth in the dish. So just go for safer options if you're unsure, and always ask the server. And I would say the best thing is to never assume that something's vegan just because it seems like it would be. A lot of times in that little description, they don't put certain things. So just ask your server again, and they always have allergen information. I've had people pull out binders to kind of show me with bread options if there's dairy or egg or things like that in there. So definitely don't discredit asking the server, because they can have a lot of information for you. And then really, if you're ever having to go to a non-vegan restaurant or a place that doesn't really have many options for you, my best advice would be to eat before you go, or just pack a snack. That's really helpful as well. One thing I want to mention is you will probably accidentally eat something that may not be 100% vegan on your journey, and as you're learning the right things to ask. I know I did, definitely wasn't intentional, but it's important to just move on, forgive yourself, and move on, because you're not trying to be perfect here. You're just trying to be better in everything that you do. So don't worry about it. It's impossible to be perfect in this world. So we just have to strive to be better and do the best that we can. One of my least favorite parts about eating at a non-vegan restaurant is the fact that there's always a question in the back of my mind: is this really vegan? The server can tell me a million times, but I just feel sick to my stomach about it. So something to ask yourself is, are you okay with certain food items being cooked on the same surface as non-vegan foods? Some places are really great and they cook it on a separate surface and they take those extra precautionary steps, but that's not always going to be the case. Things are listed as vegan, but they might not necessarily be cooked in the most vegan environment. So that's definitely something to ask yourself, and that's gonna look different for everyone. Some people are okay with that, some people say absolutely not. I really enjoy going out to eat and supporting vegan menu items and things like that. So it's really up to you and what you want to decide there. But the cool part is the answer's up to you. I would say if you're not comfortable with that, just make sure that you're going to 100% vegan restaurants, or even just make your own food at home. Not looking for perfect here. It's impossible to be perfect in this world. It's impossible to be 1000% vegan in this world, because there are things that we don't know about and we don't live in a vegan world. And I'm so excited for the day that it's so much easier for us to just go out and eat and order off of any menu and not have to worry about those things. But until then, I hope that these tips have helped you. If you found value in this video, please consider subscribing and hit that like button as well. So I will see you in my next video.
Realign yourself with the world, baby. Breathe slow, baby.